Hello dear students, today we will start studying Civics lesson 8, Rural Livelihood. The first mention of a village brings to mind the image of green fields, cows, cottages and children playing on dusty lanes. Village life is busy but not as fast paced as city life. Work here is more or less clearly outlined. In India, more than half of the total land area is used for farming. While a majority of the people engaged in farming activities, a small population is employed in different kinds of livelihood like making pottery, handicraft, weaving, spinning, fishing, etc. In this chapter, we will learn about these occupations. Broadly, these are classified into two categories: farm work and non-farm work. Now, first we will study about farm work. About half of India's workplace makes a living directly from agriculture. Since the beginning of agriculture, efforts have been made continuously to obtain the best yield or the best product from every piece of land. Today, giant canal projects, multi-purpose projects, and the green revolution has increased use of irrigation and chemical fertilizers have made Indian agriculture more productive. There are three types of farmers in India: large farmers, marginal farmers, and small farmers. The large farmers. Some of the farmers in the villages own lands which have been handed down to them from generations to generations. Means this land is being passed to them by their forefathers and the generations ahead. As they become more financially secure, they also buy more land and expand the existing yield. These farmers own large tracts of land and are able to use the best machinery for the agricultural practices. They plug the yields with the help of tractors, harvesters, cultivators, threshers, harrows and seeders, and use fertilizers and high yielding seeds. These farmers usually do not work on their own but employ other people to do work for them. Large farmers are diverse, growing different kinds of crops with a few incorporating livestock. Now, farmers with small land holdings. Besides the rich and wealthy farmers, there are also farmers who own and work on their own land. But their land holding is much smaller than that of the large farmers. These farmers are usually have less than 2 hectares, and the people who own the farm usually work on them themselves. They use traditional methods of farming and cannot afford heavy machinery like the large farmers. These farmers usually produce just enough for themselves and at times a little more for selling in the market. These farmers who grow out only as much crops as they can eat are called subsistence farmers. However, since their livelihood is mostly dependent on rain-fed agriculture, these farmers usually find themselves indebted to traders or money lenders during times of drought or when the crops are still not ready. Moneylenders provide them with money to buy seeds and fertilizers, but after harvesting they have to sell their crops to the traders at less than market price. Landless presence. There are many people in the rural areas who are farmers but do not own land. They do not have fields of their own to cultivate. They work on other people's farms to earn their livelihood. In this way, they become agricultural laborers. Some of them are small farmers who had land earlier, but now it has been taken over by the money lenders as they are unable to pay off their debts. They take their money on interest, and this creates a vicious cycle for them. They are not in position to return the principal amount or pay up the interest, which just goes on accumulating or increasing. As a result, the money lender takes away their lands in order to recover their money. Now, non-farmer work. People in villages, especially women, also do a lot of work which is not related to the fields. but help them earn a livelihood. They include embroidery, art and craft work, painting, weaving shawls and other woolen items, working with jute, mirrors, glass, pottery, etc. It is noteworthy that in a diverse country like India, art and crafts are also equally diverse because locally available materials are used for producing these. Since the regions are geographically diverse, the things locally available are also vary from region to region. Now next, fishing. Fishing in the local areas of India and the banks of the major rivers. Fishing is a popular source of earning. Fishermen set out early in the morning to catch fish, and the work involves extensive labor, means a lot of labor. Sometimes they do not even catch much fish. The fish is sold in the local and nearby markets so the farmers can earn money. Nowadays, fishermen from small villages can sell their catch to large corporations that sell them in big city markets. The fishermen sometimes get good returns for this. These corporations process the fish for the markets and also export fish to other countries. Now, cooperatives. Cooperatives are organizations or groups of people who come together for the purpose of trade. Cooperative plays an important role here, as it buys the catch from all the fishermen in the village. Means they buy all the fish that the fishermen catch from the entire village. They put it in large trucks and take it to bigger markets in far off areas. Thus the fishermen are able to save on the expensive and can also sell their catch in far off markets. Now we will study about cottage industries. We have already studied about the three types of industries: large scale, small scale and cottage industries. In village, cottage industries play a significant or important role. Cottage industries have played a key role in the economic development of the country, thereby making the farmers and villagers of our country financially independent. People make use of locally available materials and do not have to depend on raw materials from different regions. Now the sad truth. The sad truth, when we try to understand the different ways in which people in villages earn their livelihood, we cannot remain ignorant about the difficulties they face in their day-to-day lives. Suicide committed by farmers have become a growing problem in our country. Suicides by farmers touch a green high and have gone very much higher in the past 5 years. There have been thousands of farmers who have committed suicide till now. Many state governments have waived off the farm loans for much farmers to stop the practice. The newspaper reports refers to Maharashtra. Extreme poverty, harsh weather conditions, acute shortage of funds and lack of facilities force the farmers to end their lives due to depression and hopelessness. Now, this is the end of the chapter. Next we will study chapter number 9.